Okay.
All right. All right. Um, okay, now it's live on YouTube and Facebook. I'll just do yeah, sorry, there was a mistake, and so I'm starting over. I'll just do it briefly from the beginning. Jai Shishi Guru Gauranga Giri Dhari Shishi Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki jai. Shri Govinda Gopinath Madan Mohan Ju ki jai. Nityalila Prabhishtam Vishnupad Shishimar Bhaktivedanta Narayan Gosai Maharaj Shri Guru Devi ki jai. Nityalila Prabhishtam Vishnupad Shishimar Bhaktivedanta Vaman Gosai Maharaj ki jai. Nityalila Prabhishtam Vishnupad Shishimar Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nityalila Prabhishtam Vishnupad Shishimar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosai Maharaj ki jai. Nityalila Prabhishtam Vishnupad Shishimar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Gosai Prabhupada ki jai. Nityalila Pravishta Maha Bhagavat Srila Gaurkshadas Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Nityalila Pravishta Srila Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura ki jai. Nityalila Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai. Nityalila Pravishta Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Gosai Maharaj ki jai. Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Shishmar Bhakti Balavat Tirtha Gosai Maharaj ki jai. Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Shishmar Bhakti Dait Madhav Gosai Maharaj ki jai. Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Shishmar Bhakti Pramod Puri Gosai Maharaj ki jai. Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupad Shishmar Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Gosai Maharaj ki jai. Shri, all the associates of Jagar Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Baladev Vibhushan Prabhu ki jai. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Ṭhākura ki jai. Shri Narottam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Trai ki jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Gosai Pad ki jai. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath. Shri Jeev Gopal Bhattadasa Raghunath. Shad Gosai Prabhu ki jai. Shri Surup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki jai. Namachaya Shri Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Kshetra Mandala Gora Mandala Vraja Mandala Mathura Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Sarva Abhishta Pradakta Giriraj Maharaj ki jai. Shri Radha Kunda Shama Kunda ki jai. Shri Yamuna Devi Ganga Devi ki jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki jai. Shri Bhakti Devi ki jai. Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya ki jai. Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev ki jai. Shri Cāturmāsya Vrat ki jai. The third month of Shri Cāturmāsya Vrat ki jai. Vrat Palan Kari Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Jai Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Svaniyama-dvādaśakam ki jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shinitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranams, everybody. Premavati Didi, Sarveshwari Mataji, Damayanti Didi, Manjari Didi, Archana Mataji, Vidyalalasa Didi, and anybody who's watching on YouTube and Facebook. I see there are a few devotees there. Sorry, I shared the link to for the YouTube video in our WhatsApp group, and then I went live. I thought I went live, and then I did a Jaidwani. I got halfway through, and then I realized that I forgot to complete setting it up. And so, yeah, that's why we're starting a bit late, off to a rocky start. Always, whenever I start a new program, I always get really nervous for some reason, and I make a bunch of mistakes. And so, yeah, but usually after we've done the program for, a couple times, then I get comfortable. But today I might be like, just because that's how I am. All right. So, yeah, welcome to our first session that we're doing throughout this third month of Ṭhākura Vrat. I'm going to start with by going through Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Svaniyama-dvādaśakam. These are 12 verses that Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote. These are self-imposed rules that he made. These are rules that he made for himself. And this is one of the last things that I think it might be the very last thing. I'll have to look that up. But I think it's the very last thing that he wrote. And then after that, he just went completely internal, gave up all external engagements, and just went extreme, like completely deep into his bhajan and didn't do, you know what I mean? That was his main engagement. Like, yeah. So these are very special prayers. A lot of them are, very high, a bit above our level, but it's also just very inspiring to see, especially Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's very like shocking, like extreme Radha Nishta. We'll get there to verses. Like there are a couple verses that were actually like, whoa. um, just like, for example, he's saying that I'm not even interested in any pastimes of Krishna that's not connected. Pastimes of Krishna that's not connected with Srimati Radhika give me no happiness. So I mean, that's like above our level. But yeah, anyways, these are very special prayers. And most of the verse, like most of these niyams that he makes for himself, we can also apply in our own lives, except for ones like that. That's something that we aspire for. But um yeah. So today we will go, I went through it yesterday, but we'll also go through the first verse again today. And then after that, I am going to give an introduction to this program. That will take the first 15 minutes, I think. I don't know. We'll see how long it takes. But yeah. Anyhow, I'm going to stop talking. Let's just begin. So today the focus session will be 45 minutes instead of 1 hour. Usually it will be 1 hour every day, but today it'll be 45 minutes because the first 15 minutes will be taken with the introduction. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen. 1 second. Oh wait, I'm sharing the wrong screen here. No, I'll share the screen. Why not? Okay. So here is Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Svaniyama-dvādaśakam. Let me just close WhatsApp. There, okay. Oh, I'm not sharing, am I? There. Okay. So, Svaniyama-dvādaśakam. 12 verses describing self-imposed regulations by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. I'll try to look up more details about what year he wrote this and all that afterwards. So as you can see, this is a rough draft translation. I haven't sent it to the editors yet. So, but anyhow, this first verse is very simple. It's very similar to Srila Raghunath Das Goswami's first verse of Manashiksha. Although the items are in this, the things that Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur wants to is praying to develop rati for, birth after birth, is different than a little bit different than Manashiksha, but same kind of idea. So I'll read the translation and then we can go through the Sanskrit. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, "May I have deep attachment or attraction, rati, birth after birth." And if we look at the Sanskrit, it's mamastam. Astam means like may there be, mama, my, or may I have. Certainly, kalu means certainly, rati. That means attachment, attraction. There isn't really any English word for rati actually, but anyway, that's just an idea. So, and then birth, pratijani means birth after birth. So may I have deep attachment, attraction, birth after birth for. And then in the Sanskrit, at the endings, it all means in or for. In or for. So for Sri Guru, for Sri Gauranga, for like that. So may I have deep attachment, attraction, birth after birth for Sri Gurudev, for Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, for the delineations on pure bhakti as taught by him, for the holy places where the pastimes of Sri Shachinandan unfolds, such as Sri Navadvip, for my Diksha mantras, for the dear names of Hari, for the days of Hari, such as Akadashi, Janmashtami, all the appearance days and disappearance days, for the saintly followers of Sri Rupa, of Sri Rupa, the Rupanugas, and the scripture Srimad Bhagavatam, spoken by Sri Shukadev Goswami. So let's look at the Sanskrit and then we'll recite this verse a couple times. So Guru, I'll rate the number. So it's nine things that Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is praying to have rati for, birth after birth. One is Guru, Shri Gaurange, Tad Udita Subhakti Prakarane. So Prakarane means the topics or the delineations of bhakti, and it says Su Bhakti. So Su, it can mean like pure bhakti or topmost bhakti. Su means anything like great, like that. It's kind of a broad word, but yeah, Su Bhakti, Tad Udita. Tad Udita means spoken by him. By who? By Sri Gauranga, who this came before. So, yes, for the delineations on pure bhakti as taught by him. Then for Shachi Sunor, so Sachi, the son of Sachis, Lila Vikasita Sutirte. So Sutirte means the glorious abodes, the glorious sacred places where Sachi Nandan's Lila, where his pastimes, Vikasita, where they unfold, where they bloom, where they blossom. Unfold, I think is a good word here. So yeah. So that's number 4. Then Nija Mano. Nija Mano means one's own Diksha mantras. Then Harer Namni Preshte. So for the dear names, Namni, that means for the names, Namni is plural, of Hari. That's number 6. Preshte, for the dear, Preshta means dear names of Hari. Then 7, Hari Titishu. So that means all the Akadashi is called, is called Hari Vasar. Shri Hari resides in that day. He comes on that day of Akadashi, and also on Janmashtami, on his appearance day, and all the different appearance days of all the Vishnu Tattva forms, of all Shakti Tattva, Radhashtami, and all the acharyas in our line, their appearance days and disappearance days. These are all Krishna Twadya, the same thing. So for all these titis throughout the year, may I develop rati for all those titis, all those holy days. Then for the Rupa Nuga Jane, for the followers of Srila Rupa Goswami, and Shuka Prokte, this is number 9, Shuka Prokte Shastre. So for the Shastra, in other words, the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is Prokte, which was spoken by Shukadev Goswami. Prati Jani Mamastam Kalu Rati. May I develop Rati. Prati Jani, birth after birth, for these 9 things. So let's say, we'll recite this verse twice. It's in the same meter as Srila Raghunath Das Goswami's Manashiksha also, and also Nityananda-ashtakam. So, and I will share this in our WhatsApp group afterwards. The Bhaktivinoda Kiti Dhara WhatsApp group, I'll share this verse there. So, Guru Shri Gaurange Tadudita Subhakti Prakarane. Maybe you can, I'll say it once and then you can try to say it after me. Guru Shri Gaurange Tadudita Subhakti Prakarane Shachi Sunor Lila Vikasita Sutirte Nijamano. Okay, now you can say it. Shachi Sunor Lila Vikasita Sutirte Nijamano Hare Namni Preshte Harititi Shurupa Nugajane Hare Namni Preshte Harititi Shurupa Nugajane Shuka Prokte Shastre Pratijani Mamastam Kalurati Shuka prokte shastre pratijani mamastam kalurati. Okay, now let's just say the whole verse in one go. And yeah, if you'd like to memorize this verse, that's awesome. And I'm also trying to memorize these verses, so I'd love to, practice them with you. You could send me recordings of it when you memorize it. You can send me a recording of it. Yeah, and I'll do the same. Yeah. Anyway, let's sing it. Let's say it. Recite it one more time. Guru Shri Gaurange Tarudita Subhakti Prakarane Shachi Sunor Lila Vikasita Sutirte Nejamano Hare Namne Preshte Harititi Shurupa Nugajane Shuka Prokte Shastre Pratijani Mamastam Kalurati. All right, so that's a verse for today. And tomorrow, this is the verse that we'll be going over, the second verse. I'll just read the translation. In the forest of Vrindavan, which is richly endowed with Madhur Ras, the personification of all Ras, Akila Rasamritamurti, Shri Krishna, perpetually gives pleasure to the bliss of service. He gives the pleasure of the bliss of service, Sevananda, to his supreme Shakti, Sri Radha, who is the personification of the topmost Ras, Vipralamba Ras. That very same Krishna, appearing as Shachinandan in Goda, teaches the method of his own worship. May he always remain my Lord, my Master, birth after birth. So that's what we'll go through tomorrow. All right. This was meant to be 10 minutes. It went on 20 minutes. This first program's, I'm going to be a little bit over time and not so but I'm going to get myself together by tomorrow. Sorry. Okay, Sareshwari Mataji wants to memorize. Awesome. Okay, so let me give you a little brief introduction to this program. So I just quickly wrote a couple notes here. I'm just opening it up. Oh yeah, so we started this program at 7 o'clock. Actually, it's 3 minutes late because I couldn't get the Zoom thing, the YouTube to work. But yeah, we started at 7 a.m. India time. I don't know what time that is for you in your country, but actually I started 30 minutes ago, unofficially, and I'm going to be starting 30 minutes early every day to get an extra 30 minutes of focus time. So if you would like to join me for that, then yeah, you can feel free to join the Zoom program 30 minutes early. This is the only time I'm doing this on YouTube. It's just to show everybody what the program is going to be like. But after this, it's going to be exclusively on Zoom. And if you would like to get the links for the Zoom, it's the same link every single day. It won't change. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook and you'd like to get the link for this Zoom program, send me an email at my email is madhukar.das@gmail.com. That's MADHUKAR das DAS @gmail.com. And I will send you the link to our Bhaktivinoda Giti Dhara WhatsApp group and also for the daily Zoom sessions. Yeah, so what is the point of this program? Well, to be honest, I'd much prefer to be using this time to do our daily readings or the Bhaktivinoda Giti Dhara program. But because we're going to be printing a new edition of Gaudiya Giti Gucha, which is going to have double the amount of songs in it, and I have a ridiculous amount of work to do on it and very little time. So I really need this time to focus. And so that's actually why I started this program. But also, I think it'll be helpful it's definitely going to be helpful for me. And I'm hoping it'll be helpful for you because our focus is one of our most valuable assets that we have. And the ability to focus, it's actually a skill. So if you aren't able to focus deeply for long periods of time, it's not a problem. It's something that you can get better and better at. And that's what I'm hoping with this program, that we'll be able to increase our focus so that um, when we really put our mind to something, and to any sadhana that we do, or in our harinam, in our seva, in our work, in our whatever we do, that we'll be able to have like a tremendous amount of deep, intense focus where you don't even realize the time going by. Everything going outside is like completely like it doesn't, nothing distracts you. And so yeah, that's what I'm hoping, is that we can, over the next 30 days, we can really develop this, improve this skill. And so first, I'm just going to mention some things like that we should do during the session. First, it's good if you can find a clean, comfortable place that will be most like that would be conducive for this. So a place where it's clean and there's no distractions around. And if you aren't watching on your phone, then you could put your phone on airplane mode, or put it in another room. That's even better, or put it out of reach. You know, this time is, we're just going to try to eliminate all distractions. And then if you have a notebook or a sheet of paper, then yeah, you can get it out now. And we will write a plan of what we're going to do in this session. And also, if you like, we can write a plan for what we're going to do every single day for the next 10 days until Akadashi. And then on Akadashi, we'll reevaluate our program. Um, so we'll do that after. But I just want to mention quickly, the format of this program. I'm gonna start a 1 hour timer. And I'm really, please excuse me, that today is going way longer than it's supposed to, but it won't be like that tomorrow. But yeah, I'm going to start a 1 hour timer that will sound off actually, I'm going to make it 45 minutes today since we're going overtime. Yeah. And the timer will sound every 15 minutes. And so I already showed yesterday the idea of making a tracker of all the days leading up to Akadashi. But maybe we can do that now, just in case you haven't done so already. So in your notebook, wait, let me just finish. So sorry, I'm a bit nervous, as you can tell. So I'm going to start a timer. It will go off every 15 minutes. And so if in this session you want to do one thing, two things, three things, four things, you can do up to four things in this session. And when the 15-minute timer goes up, then you can move on to the next thing. Or you could do, if you're doing three things, then you can do one thing for half an hour and then the next two things for 15 minutes each. Or if you just want to focus for one complete hour on one thing, like you just want to read a full chapter of a book or something like that, then the timers that go off every 15 minutes will work as just to like so you can catch yourself. If your mind is starting to drift off, then you can redirect it to the thing. You know, it's like a reminder to like focus again deeply. And yeah. So now I'm going to, if you have a piece of paper out, that's great. I'm going to share my screen. And here. Actually, maybe today I'll just make it a half an hour session, because I really want to be respectful of your time in this program. So here, 1 second. Where is it? Okay. Yeah, I'm just sharing my screen. What's going on? Here, let me just start this over again. I have an iPad here. Oops. Where is it? New movie recording. There. I haven't done this very often. Oh, it's not working. Here. Oh God. Wait, let me re-plug it in. Okay. I have an iPad, and I was going to show what I'm doing on the iPad. There. I had it all set up, and then all of a sudden it just disappeared. Quit. Quick time. Anyways, you don't need to see my screen. Well, whatever. Okay. I had a whole plan to share my screen, and I had it all set up so that we could do it together. But anyhow, on a piece of paper, you can write out numbers 1 to 11. Or one, yeah. And those are all the days leading up to Ekadashi. And then what you would like to do during these sessions, so if it's 1 item, 2 items, 3 items, or 4 items, then you could write them down like this. So like I want to read 1 chapter of Bhaktivinoda every day, or 1 chapter of Chaitanya Charitamrita, or whatever it is. I want to memorize 1 verse of Govardhanashtakam every 2 days, or something like that. Or maybe I want to memorize these verses that we're going through, Svaniyama-dvādaśakam. And you can make a list of all the things that you want to do, and then make dots under, like next to each one of these things, like that, up to 11. And then every day you complete it, then just make a little X mark. So even if you aren't able to join these sessions, you can still do a program of focusing at any time of the day. And then when you finish, just make a little X. And then I find that super motivating. You can see your progress. And I start to like, I want to just X off all the boxes. So this is something that works very well for me. And I think it might be helpful for you as well. And also when we start our session, you could also write in your notebook every single day when we start a session, okay, 15 minutes, and then you can write the thing, 15 minutes chanting, or half an hour chanting, then 15 minutes reading, and 15 minutes memorizing a verse, or I don't know, whatever you decide to do, you can divide it like that into half an hour chunks or 15-minute chunks. Yeah. And so, and that way, when you write it down, then it really like sets the intention. It makes it really firm. And then every time you find yourself wandering off, because it will definitely happen unless you have an amazing ability to focus. But for most of us, our minds will wander off every now and then. But then if you have it written down, then you just made it super like concrete that, okay, this is exactly what I need to direct my mind back to. And so I'm going to start the first session now. And I'm going to start, before we start though, I'm going to do a 2-minute breathing exercise for focus. And then after the breathing exercise, we will start the program. I'm going to start the timer now though, because it's already 7:30 and I want to end this program at 8 o'clock every day. So, okay, I've started the timer. Now I'm sharing my screen, and today, as I mentioned, we'll only do it for 30 minutes. Let me put it on this screen. Also, for those of you, well, actually for all of you on Zoom or on YouTube, you could also write what you intend to do in the chat for if you want, some accountability like that. And then at the end of the session, we will check in with each other and just see how it went. And you could also leave at that time. Also, you could leave at any of these times. I know for a lot of you, like on the East Coast, it's really late at night. And so you can also just leave on the first timer or leave on the second timer that goes off. You could leave after 14 minutes. I'm going to share a different nature scene. 1 second. And then we'll start a breathing exercise. Okay. So I'm starting this breathing exercise now. Here. We're going to breathe for 2 minutes. We'll take 5 breaths. So begin breathing. And this is a special breathing technique for focusing. We'll breathe in through our nose and out through our nose. And it's nice if you could breathe into your belly, that's best. But yeah, don't breathe through your mouth. Okay, I hope you have a good session. Haribol. I'm going to mute myself and we will talk at the end.
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Sorry, that was supposed to go off at the very end. But okay, these are the last 15 minutes. And tomorrow the session will be twice as long as this. Because we started late, we're only doing half an hour. But tomorrow we'll do a full hour. Right, Hare Krishna. You can either switch to a new task or continue what you're already doing. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. So that is our session today. As I mentioned before, tomorrow's session I won't have a whole big long introduction, and it'll go on for twice as long. I hope you had a very deep focus, and yeah, I mean, for me, I'm actually really excited about. Usually, I just like start working without like really setting an intention. I think the breathing exercise really helped me also. And I started writing an introduction, like just a draft for an introduction for the Gaudiya Giti Puja. And I haven't focused like this for, I can't remember when the last time, like I was so, like I don't know, all this stuff is coming out and I'm feeling really good about it. I hope for you also, you had a good session. But even if you kept on getting distracted and things like that were happening, that's not a problem because this is a practice. And so we're going to just get better and better and better and better at focusing. And I'm trying to study this topic of focus because it's really the most important thing that we have. And so throughout this session, I'll give like little tips of things that I'm learning. I'm reading books and all that, like trying to figure out how to get the best focus, and I will share them along the way. One thing, if any of you would like to, something that's sometimes helpful is if you write like your plan in a group of supportive, friends like that, it helps with accountability. So today I'm personally going to write out like right now I'm working on the Gaudiya Giti Puja. So I'm going to write out all the different songs and sections that I want to complete by next Ekadashi, so in 10 days from now. And then I'm going to send it out, all my goals, in a group that we have. It's called, it's Nurturing the Seed group. And so, yeah, if like I see Krishna Premavati Didi saying she's learning a verse, I think Sarveshwari Mataji is also learning a verse. So if you want to write all the verses that you'd like to memorize before Ekadashi or whatever you'd like to do, then I have a special Google group. And there aren't so many people in it. It's not going to go out publicly, like, it's private. And you can write what you intend to accomplish by Ekadashi. And then it just helps for accountability, like at the end on Ekadashi, then you can write how you did with making those goals or whatever. And then on Ekadashi again, you can think, okay, so for the next 2 weeks, until the next Ekadashi, I'm going to try to get this. And so then we have a chance to constantly readjust. And yeah, so if anybody wants to do that, I'm going to give you the link right now. I'll post it in where is it? I had it. One second. I'm posting the link to the Google group, and it will go into your email. Everybody who signed up to this, it will go into their email. This is like a email thing. Okay, so I just posted it in the chat, and now I'm posting it in YouTube. There. Okay, so you see that link there? You can copy and paste that link, and then you can write your intentions for the next 2 weeks, if you like. It's optional. So, Dandavat Pranams, Chatamai Mataji, Sarveshwari Mataji, Vidyalala Sadidi, Krishna Premavati Didi, Archana Mataji, and Krishna Mai Didi. And I see there are 7 people on YouTube and Facebook. Thank you so much for joining. And as I mentioned before, tomorrow I'm not going to be going live on YouTube anymore. This is our last YouTube program for this whole month. Well, maybe I'll do a program on special days. Like, there's a few special days coming up. So then I'll do an online program on YouTube and all that. But yeah, for now everything's going to be exclusively on Zoom. And also then after is Kārtika. And so I'm not sure what I'm going to be going to Vrindavan in Kārtika. So I'm not sure what our program. So our very steady, regular programs on YouTube and Facebook and like that, where we're learning Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's kirtans and going through different books, reading books together, that will definitely start right after Kārtika. And by that time, the songbook will be finished, and I'll be able to give a lot of time to trying to make like nice, smooth programs and like planning and all that. Now everything's just been like totally spontaneous. So yeah. So Dandavat pranams, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. One last thing, if you would like to join, I'm talking to those of you on YouTube and Facebook right now, if you aren't part of our Bhaktivinoda Giti Dhara WhatsApp group, or you want to have the link for the Zoom sessions every day, send me an email. And my email is here. Maybe I'll just share my screen and write it right here so that you can get it. 1 second. Okay. So this is my email. It's madhukardas@gmail.com. madhukardas@gmail.com. Just send me an email and I will send you the links. Okay, let me make that big. Also, you can go to my website, vineofdevotion.com. See, that's my email, madhukardas@gmail.com. You can also go to my website, vineofdevotion.com. And whenever I start a new program and things like that, I always post it on this website. And also the website is a mailing list. You'll see a place to subscribe. And eventually, like after Kārtika time, I want to start writing articles and different things for it on this website. So, all right. Thank you so much for joining. Does anybody, before we leave, does anybody have anything they want to mention or anything? Any last words before we end? All right. So I
Hare
hope
Krishna,
this is...
Prabhu.
Yes. Hare Krishna,
Sorry.
Archana Mataji. Yes.
I don't know about the others, but I felt that the sound of the chirping was a bit too loud. I don't know. It was
Okay.
kind of distracting. But it's okay. If everyone else is fine, then I was okay with it.
No, that's fine. Tomorrow I can make the volume for the sound, the nature sound. I can make that I can make it halfway down, or yeah, I'll lower it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Haribol,
Yes.
Prabhu. I agree with Mataji. And so I just turned the volume down on my phone and it's fine.
Okay. But no, I can also turn it down on the thing so that you could have your full volume, and then when the alarm comes, it's loud enough. So I'll do that tomorrow. Thanks for that.
It's a great concept. It's a great concept hearing the birds.
Great. Yeah. Yeah. And every day I'll have a different nature scene. I have tons. So.
The creativity is flowing, Prabhu.
Awesome. Great. For me too. I was just like, I haven't had a creativity and focus like that for a long time. And I think just the whole thing of like, we're all coming together, we're setting a time. I think that breathing exercise really helped me. And it's just like, okay, I am doing this. I'm going to give it my everything, like just making it a really serious thing. I think it's really powerful, especially having this accountability with all of you. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to do amazing things throughout these 30 days.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev. Haribo. And yeah, also if anybody has any tips or anything, if you just want to say anything, I'm always available on WhatsApp. I might not be able to respond right away or give long responses, but I always love getting messages from everybody. Yeah. And actually we do have a WhatsApp group where we can share in a group as well, which has been inactive for a while, but maybe I'll share the link for that if anybody, yeah, and then you can share your progress like more regularly and like that. All right. Dandavat pranams. See you all tomorrow. Jai Shri Radhe.
Very well, Dandavat pranam.